So it gets whatever it left, and then it turns around and starts back up again. Bloop de bloop de bloop. So that's the third time it passed. It came along, it said, oop, went back, which was the second time it hit, went home and got whatever it missed, and then bloop, came up again. That's the third time. And that third time is when we say, oh, it's out of retrograde. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we as astrologers say to you people, don't sign anything because you will discover something's wrong with it. You'll have to go back and fix it and then come back along to where the problem was in the first place. Or someone will say to you, I'll meet you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And by 6, you're still sitting there and realizing, oh, I got stuck in traffic. I had to go back. When I went back home to get my purse, I got stuck in traffic coming back and I missed you, again. And now they show up at 8 when you've been sitting in the restaurant for damn hours.
Right.
Okay. Or you
Okay.
or you didn't see them at all and they didn't even say anything to you the next day, so you had to call and say, what happened to you? Oh, well, this and this and this happened and blah blah blah, but they didn't say nothing to you. They didn't
Right.
apologize either. When you did catch them, they were unapologetic.
I welcome everybody to
Hello.
July's new moon.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So, Mickey, you put out some very intriguing things on Facebook about what's in store for us.
Oh God. Yeah, I haven't even opened the it's oh gosh, what can I say? I take the fact that I haven't even opened my notes and stuff to be a sign.
You're right. That is a sign. Well, I know that we're
Gosh.
still in Mercury retrograde.
Yes, and there's just so much going on with Saturn and Neptune. It was the same thing I was talking about before at great length. When I look back at the video, I said, oh my God, I just went on and on and on. So I think I gave you 3 broadcasts worth in, in one. Yeah, 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 yeah. I said, oh gosh, no. So from last week, I'm asking both of you for reactions that I never asked. Never gave you a chance to say as we say in the South, not a mumbling word.
All right, guys. So we need questions and comments.
I'm in the meantime, I'm opening my file because it was very, very specifically, a trip. Um, in fact, I have it open. I just have to take all of you folks off full screen.
Okay. Well,
You know,
the only thing I really know about what's happening now is it is a new moon, so I know it's a time for new beginnings. And
yes,
Mickey told me yesterday it's a time to be planting seeds. So
yes,
I
exactly.
kept that in mind when I talked about when I had a download of the journey for today. So it's a definite quantum jump, and
Yeah,
there's so much involved in what's going on right now. Things that Bashar is saying, things that Seth has said in the past, the little things that Mickey's feeds me about astrology. So
yeah.
I hope this one coming up is a good one.
Well, the first thing that we were talking about, was it yesterday or whatnot, when I was trying
Yeah.
to tell you what my notes were. Neptune has just turned retrograde as well as Mercury. So, and I'm pulling that chart up. Um, that is hard to handle because Mercury is one of the planets the 3 planets that are the outer planets, as they call it. They're the furthest from us in
You
this
mean
earth.
Neptune?
Yeah, I said
Neptune.
Neptune.
You said
It's
Mercury.
No, I was saying that that Neptune went retrograde just like Mercury is.
Oh, okay.
And so, it's bad enough to handle. Mercury's retrograde. Everything is slowed down, and you can't believe
Mhm.
what anybody tells you. If they tell, I just went through it with my lawn boy. Yesterday, when I called early in the morning for a change in hopes of getting him here. Oh yeah, can I come? Can I come now? And I says, yeah, come now. Come, give me a couple of minutes, but come now because I'm making my breakfast. I didn't see him till today. Okay. No, he didn't say anything to me. He didn't text me. He had said to me, well, call me when you're trying to make sure you reach me. His phone was off. It was taking messages. I knew he didn't want to hear from me. So, this is what is going on when you have that Mercury retrograde. It's saying do not sign anything because how can I explain it? Let's talk about the nature of what we're saying when we say Mercury's retrograde. Okay, just for a moment as an aside. You got a planet going along, and let's say here is your I'll do it up here. Here is your rising sign. That's the very first house, right? And there's a planet coming up from the bottom, coming around the circle. So Mercury's moving around, and it hits your rising sign. And let's say, in my case, it's Sagittarius, um, what is it, 35 degrees of Sag. So here's the 35 degrees of Sag right here going across the circle. Mercury comes along from the bottom below and goes boop, and it hit. Oh God, it hit my rising sign. So it's going to be about whatever it does. It'll be all about personal things because your rising sign is your most very personal house. Okay, but as it's starting to pass it, it goes, oh, I've left something at home. I got to go back. So it turns around and goes back where it came from. And that's when we say, "Oh God, it's retrograde," because it messed up and it went back to fix it. All right, so it gets whatever it left, and then it turns around and starts back up again. Bloop de bloop de bloop. So that's the third time it passed. It came along, it said, "Oop," went back, which was the second time it hit, went home and got whatever it missed, and then bloop came up again. That's the third time. And that third time is when we say, oh, it's out of retrograde. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we as astrologers say to you people, don't sign anything because you will discover something's wrong with it. You'll have to go back and fix it and then come back along to where the problem was in the first place. Or someone will say to you, I'll meet you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And by 6, you're still sitting there and realizing, oh, I got stuck in traffic. I had to go back. When I went back home to get my purse, I got stuck in traffic coming back and I missed you, again. And now they show up at 8 when you've been sitting in the restaurant for damn hours.
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
Or
okay.
you didn't see them at all and they didn't even say anything to you the next day, so you had to call and say, what happened to you? Oh well, this and this and this happened and blah blah blah, but they didn't say nothing to you. They didn't
Right.
apologize either. When you did catch them, they were unapologetic.
Hmm.
Okay, now we're familiar with that. We know all about, we hear people saying Mercury's retrograde. um, who have either one of you, Martin or Audrey, had something in the last week that was supposed to go one way and then it messed up? I'm trying not to use the F word, but it messed up. And then you didn't even get the words you needed to get from whatever the situation was to say why it messed up. And then finally, you may have heard a little something about it, but it wasn't resolved to your satisfaction. Anything like that happen?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. What
yeah.
kind of you, Audrey?
No, I'm just, I mean, yeah, no.
I mean, it could have been friends that had promised something and didn't come through, or it could have been someone in your outer circle at work, or some neighbor, or, I mean, it's a situation that promised one thing and then didn't come through, and
Oh,
it never even made it right.
it could have been a disappointment that was changed at the last minute.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yes.
Okay, you
Yes.
see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you feel that energy when you think about it, feel around in the experience and understand that you had this interrupt, now I'm going back again. Now, it was annoying as hell, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay?
Although good in some respects for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was a mixed but interrupted experience. Okay? Now, what I'm saying this time and opening with is, oh God, while it's still, Mercury's still doing that. And I'm saying, oh no, now Neptune has joined it. It's trying to do the same thing. And Neptune is all about your imagination, your the fantasies, the thoughts you have about what you'd like to see happen, your dreams, oh, I wish I could, oh, I want to, oh, and then that gets somebody to use a phrase that I like to say with my wicked mouth, somebody pissed in your cereal. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't
Ew.
help it. I am who I am. I'm a Scorpio and I got potty mouth. So. But that's the kind of thing we're talking about. And let's see. These are outer planets. They move very slowly. Now, I remember off the top of my head that, for instance, Pluto, which is also trying to kick up and cause some crap, it's going backwards right now, too. I hadn't even gotten to that yet.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, but it takes 247 years to move around the zodiac. So if you divide that by 12, it will tell you how long it is in each sign. And right now, it's in Aquarius. And I'm upset because Aquarius is the worst sign in my whole chart. So I didn't need anything acting up in Aquarius. All right? When you see that each planet moves around in your chart from one place to another, creating a situation you said you wanted to go through in this life to help you grow. Oh, this and this and this happened because, you get it? Because I'm working on that. In my case, my only child is Aquarius. Okay.
Yeah.
And like I say, I was on the phone over the time I had allotted because there's a lot going on there. She's going through some stuff. And I'm in mommy mode trying to, oh, I wish I could fix it. Oh, I would. But the deal is, I'm supposed to be learning from the situation, etc. Now, Pluto rules transformations, things that get twisted. You thought it was going to be one thing, but suddenly the situation gets transformed into something entirely different, or get such things happen that it really throws some stuff in the game and that kind of thing. And it lasts. When someone does your chart and they tell you where Pluto is, it's going to be there a whole generation. You see what I'm saying? So these are the things that we stuck in place and says, now I want to work on this and this and this and this. And of course, because it's in Aquarius, it means you have to change your thinking about some things or you're not going to get anywhere until you examine how you are analyzing the situation and discover that, oh, I was wrong. Ugh. Or I realized what the transformation was coming and nobody believed me. I mean, you could have been right or wrong, and your lesson is going to come from that. But because it's in Aquarius, we're talking about a whole generation whose ideas were off. You see, we are seeing the business end of that proposition right now. And it's not just America, it's all over the world. Whole institutions are toppling like building blocks. Now, in some cases, it's happening real fast. It's a sudden transformation. And in others, it's been building. We know that those of us who are not teenagers know we've been watching the structure and establishment get changed from back in the 60s when I and a whole bunch of my friends said, I'm not going to wear a bra anymore. I'm saying that we have 5 planets doing this little backward dance. Excuse me, 4 planets.
Oh, wow.
And one is the what's the word they use for this? Your destiny, your karmic obligations. There's a spot on the chart that is not a planet, but it's a spot to remind people of what your karmic destiny is. The role you agreed to above the whole planet thing and the chart, you also says, well, I drew it like this because I wanted such and such to be the destiny I get out of it and what I'm working. The overview of what I'm working on is a node. Now there's 2 of them, one across from the other, but the north one, of course, the north is the top usually, and so that's the main one. This one's considered the more important one. The north, they call it the north node. It's not always north because it's going around the chart. Sometimes it's down, sometimes it's up, but they're always across from each other.
Okay.
All right. And to not get any more technical than that, I was just trying to say how many things are going retrograde right now. And there's 5 of them.
Wow.
4 of them are planets. And 2 of those planets are very, very long time where they are. So these are things, these retrogrades. Retrograde is where something's being held back. It's not living up to its potential. Now, a lot of people read it as retrograde means it's doing the opposite. It's not. It's just like what I was saying as I compose my tarot thing. There are people who throw the cards to spread for a tarot reading, and when they see a card upside down, they say, oh, it's the opposite. It's not the opposite.
Right.
You know what it means, Kate, right?
Right. It means just a little less than.
Thank you. Exactly. Okay? So we have to adjust. This is why a chart is so important, because it will shed light on what you're going through when it seems that nothing else is giving you any hints. You can look in the chart and see every bit of it. You can see the person you had the crush on and it never went anywhere in high school. You can see the one that you tried to turn to right after that before you met your mate. You can see when the mate came on the scene. And then you can see when you decided, that wasn't the right one. I'm going to need another one. Okay? And at my age, and certainly at all of our ages, we're not on the first go-around. We've been on this merry-go-round before. Now I think we got it right, but that's up for consideration. Okay? And Audrey, in your case, I know you just got it right. We have seen him. This is the late life match, and we have seen how he treats you, honey, because he comes over and gets kisses. We know. I wore mine out, and he's gone now. So
I kind of wish he wouldn't do that, but
why?
Okay. I don't like. I'm shy.
Oh, okay. You didn't want it to be public. I understand. Right. Well, honey, I'm so glad I saw it. I needed to see it because I ain't seeing it no more. And there will be no more of that. I enjoyed the heck out of it while I had it, but that ship has sailed. So thank you for letting me see it at least once or twice before you grab him by the throat and say, will you please stop doing that?
If he comes home and tries, I'll tell him.
You give him my thanks.
I
But the
will.
ones that I did see, it's a warm thing. It's a lovely thing, and it really warmed my heart because it reminded me of how beautiful my marriage was. You know, I loved it. I think it's beautiful to know that you have that. I'm so happy for you. I don't know what to do.
I'm
I
Mm.
think
lucky.
you deserve it. You really, really do. You know? So, you made my day. Now, uh, I don't want to go on forever because it's just not that kind of day. All of the other stuff I said before is still applying. Um, we're just seeing more of the same. And this hasn't gone anywhere. Even though the planets, they do the new moon and they do the full moon and they do the new moon again. It's a back and forth thing. But it's not changing that much in between. The script, for me, has been very similar. When you go back and you look at the two things, each time I come on, I'm kind of still just reminding us, don't let go of each other's hand. When I said take lock hands and we'll walk this path together because there's a hurricane coming. We see the beginning of the hurricane, we see the eye of the hurricane, we see it go down finally and it subsides. But I almost said it, there's a blanking tornado behind the hurricane. So we can't turn loose hands yet. Just hang in there. Um, because this hasn't peaked. This new moon and all that, it's not peaked yet. And that's when we'll see it when they're opposite each other. And remember, I said an opposition is a challenge. It's saying, okay, I've had enough. You want to put up your dukes. Well, that's a different thing. Right now, they're just coming to the conclusion that, well, I don't know if you see it the way I do because I feel blah, 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 blah. This is while they're still nice to each other because they're right together sitting in the restaurant. They haven't gotten to the point yet where they say, well, I don't have to sit here and take this. Okay, that's when it's opposites. And that's the next phase. And that's the peak of what it's going to be and do. So hang in there because I don't want to be just a clarion going on and on about the same thing. The thing that we're trying to analyze and give each other news about every time is a cycle. Remember we talked about it starts here, but then it goes up until it peaks and then it comes back down the other side of the mountain. It's a mountain range, folks.
Right.
So that's really what's going on. And after we talk about, well, where is it now? And then we say, well, we'll settle down. I know the news wasn't great, but Kate is going to wrap us in a blanket of love and show us how to chill and get to the next one of these cycles. Okay?
Oh,
And that's what happens. I was telling her the other day when we talked, or maybe it was yesterday, saying thank you because you lead me through some things that are really hard to take. I'm going through some stuff, and boy, when I talk to you or when we do a meditation, it helps me tremendously. So thank you for that. She has so many different functions in my life because she's my bestie. Yeah, we can talk about all kinds of stuff. But then there's the serious spiritual side to what she's sharing with us. And she puts us in a mode where we are released into the quantum to seek relief. And I'm so grateful for that. She has the side where she's leading us spiritually and showing us access to some things that will help our spirit inside. My connection to my higher self gets smoothed and helped by the flashlight she puts on the path. I'm here as the astrologer saying, guess what? There's a great big path, and we're on it, and we can step to the side and get another one. And she's saying, if it's not comfortable, here is a way to calm down and release some of the stress of the path you're on. And if you do this, you can explore a better way to look at it or a better way to feel it. And so I'm very, very grateful for that, because at that moment, she's not my bestie, she's my priestess. Okay?
Wow.
Really, that's really kind of what it is, isn't it? Because you have Reiki at your disposal, you have meditation at your disposal, and a whole hell of a lot of common sense. And I don't have a whole lot of that. Okay.
Oh,
I am not
well,
noted for that.
Please, Mickey, that is quite the lead into this journey.
Well, it's true. I wanted to reassess the view we have of where we go when you lead us and what it is you're allowing us to touch when we get there. Because I go back to the quantum over and over.
This one is the 71st that we have done together. 71
Wow.
we have done together today. And it just doesn't feel like it's been that long. And I don't think any two are the same.
No, they're not. They're similar in some cases, but that's because the good spot in many of them is this thing about getting released into the quantum, and I remember it that way.
Yeah.
You know, I'm hooked on the quantum.
Oh yeah, we're jumping today, boy.
The quantum door is my friend.
We're jumping today, and you know, when this was, you know, the download was coming in, I mean, I literally channeled this. You know, I was getting bits and pieces, and then all of a sudden it was just the floodgates opened with words, and a lot of it was based on Bashar's teachings, Seth teachings, Bert teachings. Like I have, it's like all of my teachers pulled together, and my what's the other teaching? The hypnosis. That was a big part of it too. So and Dolores Cannon is like everything just pulled in all at one time, and it's like use all the tools that you have. So.
Well, we needed that this time. I was trying to be diplomatic this whole transmission.
Yeah.
But I'm really falling back on what I have come to know will be a spot of relief, you know, and that I count on the meditations. They really, really work for me.
I'm so glad to hear that. Well, if you guys are ready, I am ready. So. All right, so let's just get yourself very comfortable wherever you are. And we're going to do the 3 to 1 count just to get started. So take a deep breath in, and I want you to, on the exhale, I want you to visualize and say silently to yourself the numbers. Okay, so 3, 3, 3. 2, 2, 2. 1, 1, 1. Beautiful. Know that with every deep inhale, you get to a deeper, a more relaxed state of mind. Now, I would like for us to ground. And to do that, I just want you to imagine that there is a rope or a chain or roots that come either from the soles of your feet or your root chakra. And that is going down through your chair or your seat, through the floor, through the basement till it reaches the soil of the earth, And as you pull this rope, root, or chain down, it goes faster and faster. So as we move down, we go through dirt until we reach rivers of water. And then there's rivers of silver and gold. And now there's caverns of crystals, quartz, and amethyst, and rose, and diamonds, and rubies, sapphire. And further down until you start feeling the warmth of the core of the earth. And when you feel that, anchor yourself there. And then bring your attention back up to the room you're sitting in. Beautiful. We are grounded. We are in a deeper state of mind. Now I would like for you to wrap yourself in a beautiful golden cocoon. Just imagine an energy barrier all around you, about an arm's length distance away, over your head, below your feet, behind you, in front of you, and on both sides. It goes with you easily, and know that all energies that serve your highest good are allowed to come in, and those that do not serve your highest good will not penetrate. So this cocoon is your protection. It serves you well. Now, I would like for you to imagine that you're standing at the top of a staircase, and there are 10 steps down to where our quantum door is. Now I am going to count down, so I want you to hold on to the handrail and step down with me. 10, 9, going deeper and deeper. 8, 7, deeper still. 6, 5, deeper and deeper. 4, 3, we're almost there. 2, and 1. We are now right in front of our quantum door. Now I would like for you to imagine, while you're standing here in front of the door, imagine a gentle, breezy, early summer morning on the other side of your quantum door. Feel it. Know it. It's there. Intend that it's there. Now on the count of 3, the door will open out. 1, 2, and 3. The door is open. Now jump through your quantum door. Feel the sun on your face, the breeze on your skin, and breathe deep. Relax. You are in your safe, peaceful quantum world, another dimension where you are the creator. You have all the control. You see a path. Walk on the path. Listen for the sound of rushing water, the chirping of birds, the chattering of little animals, the snorting of a deer. Soon you come to a clearing. In this dimension, you are of service. While you are walking, set your mind what kind of service best suits you. It can be gathering food. It can be preparing meals. It can be healing. It can be teaching. It can be any service you are passionate about. At the far end of the clearing is a stage. Go towards it. You are the playwright. You are the director. You are the main character. You set the stage. You choose the cast. Now, act out the play of your service. You will have plenty of time, and we will gather together in about 10 minutes. Enjoy your play. Now, I would like for each of you to thank all your supporting cast and all those who served for showing up. And again, I'll give you a few minutes. It is time to return to this place and time, to this dimension. Say your farewells and know that you can return anytime you wish. Bring back the feeling of service to this dimension. Feel good about all you accomplished, all you can accomplish. Now take a deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in and out. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch a little, and you can open your eyes when you are ready. I thank you for joining me on this 71st journey, where you are the writer, director, star of your creation. There we go. We're all here. Take a little drink of water. You are very grounded, and you are the star of your show.
Well, I think I was in the Swiss. Okay, of course, Kate knows my ex-husband's having some health issues. In our life together, the water always de-stressed us. So I think we were in the Swiss Alps. We ended up in the Swiss Alps in a beautiful turquoise lake, and I had a talking with him.
I love that.
Wow.
I hope he'll listen.
Wow.
I love that, Audrey. Thank you for sharing.
I know how big a deal it was for you to reach out and share that. I appreciate that. I love you so much. I really, really do. And I appreciate you for that. Yeah.
I'm trying not to cry.
That's okay. There's no reason not to. I don't know why we always do that. We've been told, we have taken in the programming. Well, I'm trying not to. Why? Go ahead.
I had that discussion with my aunt when I was younger, and she said she didn't know why, my mother or father, don't cry, don't cry. She's like, let it out, let it out.
Yes.
It's a huge release, and it just makes you feel so much better.
Yeah. There's something about knowing that you can that keeps you from needing to as much as you thought, because you're not resisting. There's
Sure.
something about realizing that it's okay, because there's no reason not to. It's all right. It's your right to acknowledge that the emotion is coming through. And I had to, oh God, it took me so long. I was well past 50, 55, maybe 60 before it even started to become all right. And I still hold on a little bit, but I do intellectually know that it's all right, even when I'm not embracing that, But I do know better.
Yeah. And Audrey, keep in mind that I may have talked you into a place, a dimension where you are the star of your show, the writer, the casting director, the everything. But you're the same thing here in this dimension.
Right. That's the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
I really got it.
And that's your permission slip.
Oh, you hit it. You hit it. That's what mine was about.
That's your permission slip. Yeah.
That's what mine was about. And as I approached the stage, in my full director modus operandi, there were different times where I was really wearing the director's hat, and then I was wearing the writer's hat, and then I was wearing one of the actors and so forth. But I realized that they were all me. And so I made everybody wear the hat that said who they were, so that I was constantly reminded. And then we went through what we were writing, what I was writing, and so forth. But one of the main things that I was supposed to get was I created these different roles, but I was led to remember, do not forget that one of the things each actor has to do is handle. What I have to remember is to remember that they are handling who they are reading the script. And that I may have written it a certain way, but I have to acknowledge the validity of whoever the spirit was that agreed to come be that in my production. And that they had their own way of looking at the role they were reading. There was another thing, a scenario, a life, or whatever path that they were on, and they were using it as their role of reaching their higher self. At the end of mine, we all had what they call a read-through. We all sat around a table on the stage where we were going through comparing our scripts and reading them. We were not trying to perform them perfectly. It was the read through. It was my first time of looking at it that way. So, it was the first attempt to approach the production. And the main thing I was supposed to bring back was, don't forget, there's a person on the other side of that script that you've told them to read. And they have their own agenda of why they agreed to even be in it. So I had never looked at it that way before. It was quite a thing for me to put it that way. And then it took me a little while to come back out of it, because my favorite person, who is always there when the quantum door opens, I have been trained to literally leap through that doorway, because they always catch me. Always. That's the first thing. I get caught and embraced. Like, okay, you're back. And we can see each other on this side. So we are reunited for a moment or two, for how long I'm there. But I had stuff to do. I had to go and do my production and so forth and write it. And so it wasn't all spent just saying, oh, it's so good to be here again. No, I had stuff to do. So I left the embrace and went to the production and walked up to the stage and took over guiding it, what each role required me to be aware of. Blew my mind, because I very reluctantly left the production part of stuff to come back. You know, when we were coming back, it's first you're gonna see the person who, as we all know, is Jack. But you know, you're gonna see the person, and he was for the very first time very reluctant to release me back across the threshold
Mm.
of the quantum back into this. And I agreed to hang back for just a moment or two, you know. And so once I did cross to come back, I was quite melancholy. I mean, I was very aware of having left that realm and all that it entailed because I saw so much about what we were a part of in the bigness of the quantum. The very thing she was saying was in her meditation. And
It was. I love that. Yeah. Now, I wanted to say, so for you, Mickey, you know, when I talk you in and you take your jump, do it again and just put it on pause.
Oh, I will. I will.
Put it on pause and stay there.
It was interesting to feel the difference of me hanging back a little and changing the timeline, just moments, realizing I could manipulate the moments of entry and exit.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a big deal for me. Martin, how was yours? Huh?
Well, I have to say this, Mickey. You didn't take as much time as Martin did to come back. You
Really?
actually turned your mic on before he did. So
Really?
yeah. So you did not. You know, it's all good, and it's all whatever people need.
Thank you, Martin. Dr. Martin.
Dr. Martin, yes.
How was your trip in?
My trip was interesting. It really was like a movie set, and it was a lot like that final scene in that Corfu series on PBS.
Oh.
Sitting in a picnic table in the middle of we were surrounded by water.
Yeah. That was too.
Nice.
And it was like a very pleasant. It was like closing something, though. It was like, okay, this is coming to an end now.
Oh.
Yeah, and and we all said our goodbyes, and I actually came back before the end, but I just kind of hovered. So that's why the delay.
Okay.
Just kind of like, what just happened?
Interesting that you mentioned Corfu. You know, that's a trigger word for me.
Yeah, I know that. It means a lot
to you. And I went there too. I went there too. There were parts in the beginning, before I actually went to create the stage, I was shocked that it kept interjecting very realistic scenes of a beachfront and seeing the little, when you were first taking us in, Kate, I was seeing ripples of the water on the waterfront where the little tiniest little waves start to come toward the sand.
Mm-hmm.
And that became a big part of it. Hi, Audrey. Welcome back.
Hi, I'm back. It
And
is.
you are very brave to have written this into your script.
Well, when you were talking, I on our walk, I also realized that he plays a big part in it, and has to write his own script, and I have to accept it.
Yes. Oh, honey.
Right.
Boy, we all made some real strides this time, didn't we?
Yes. You know, it never ceases to amaze me what these journeys do and how they touch people. Yeah. And I am so appreciative that you guys show up.
Wow. This is amazing. The little pieces of what actually happened. Some of them are just coming back to memory, and I covered a lot of ground in this one. I can't believe I opened myself up to some of it, and oh Lord, I dealt with a lot of stuff. So, like you say, Kate was reminding me that although I was slow to come out of it, she was reminding me that I can actually just call it a pause, and then go back in later after we've closed this. I can go back in and finish what was making me hang back. I can go back.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And I just can't get over that Martin said the word Corfu. That that was a big part of the first movement of this
Well,
opera.
we each had a water element.
Yes.
Well,
Wow.
yeah,
That's
exactly
emotion.
when I mentioned that.
Right,
It's like,
right.
yeah,
And it's funny because when I was hearing it, my thought is, oh, it's a stream, and they're like, no, just hear
It
the
was
water.
waterfront.
Because everybody's water is going to be different.
Yeah. Mine was right at the edge of the ripples of the beach when the little waves are coming in, right where they meet with the dry sand, and all about that and the transition, you know. And I knew, well, I know as an astrologer that whenever you mention water, you're talking about emotions.
yeah.
Of
You know,
course.
so I was handling a lot of emotions.
Yeah. But we are of service all the time.
Right.
And sometimes I think we just don't feel like we are doing that. And that is like the biggest, most important piece that Bashar talks about for disclosure is if
Yeah.
you are of service, you are doing what you love to do, and you're doing it with enthusiasm, you're going to be ready for the next level.
Right.
Yeah. So
And that's a heavy part of it. That's a heavy.
I had all that in mind when this was all coming. So
Yeah, that part of that whole scenario of listening to what Bashar is saying and so forth, it's a huge part of it anchored in the idea of service. And so when you said service in this, and I went in, I immediately was told, okay, and part of your lesson is you have to learn to serve yourself first.
I love that. Yes, that is right.
I found that very hard because of my upbringing and whatnot, minister's kid and all this, and so I constantly
have to serve the community.
serve.
Right.
But it took me many years to learn to serve me.
Yeah. Now, I have found in my later years, because I was always about, taking care of the family and taking care of everybody and having people in for dinner and blah, blah, blah. And lately, when it's serving, I find that it serves me just as well as it serves other people. So, yeah.
And see, mine included not only just serving all the relatives and being the mom and then serving the relatives, I had to serve everybody in the church. That was an obligation to all of them. And wait a minute, that's a lot.
I just had to serve slices of pizza.
Yeah, and we all had to deal with serving. And Martin, you were working in a capacity where you had to constantly greet and serve what other people came there for.
You actually work in community service, don't you, Martin?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm customer
service. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
amazing.
To be of service doesn't mean you don't get paid. It just means that you are of service to people or yourself. And yourself.
It's the whole idea when you get into that mode is so much a part of being part of the universe, because we are serving all that is. We're created to reflect experiences as individual molecules of the universe. We are created with the whole idea that it's trying to know itself. So we're the little pieces that agree to serve that.
I love that, Vicky. Love that.
I also volunteered at a soup kitchen until COVID came. And then my husband's on the board of it now. So, yeah, I was fulfilling. I enjoyed it.
Nice.
That theme came up in my day earlier.
Oh, okay.
The exact thing.
That doesn't surprise me, I guess. I don't know.
We've done it again.
Done it again.
As counterpart,
We've done it again.
We have this thing where we constantly find the same thing coming into our day. It's exactly the same from a different point of view, but it's the same exact situation.
Yep.
And it repeats every day.
It really does. Yeah.
At least once.
Yeah.
Sometimes 2 or 3 things were all the same. This felt so much nicer and more personal.
It did. Nice. And you know what? This morning, the whole meditation just came to me, and there was no stress in this one except that I'd forgotten it. So I just want to tell everybody that the next one is full moon. It's going to be Tuesday, July 28th.
Yeah.
Same bat time, same bat channel. We're dating ourselves.
Your favorite what, Martin?
One of my favorite shows from, I just love the Batman series, the old one.
when Batman was on TV, it was Batman and the Monkeys. They were like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I went and saw the Batmobile.
Did you really?
Yeah, at Chase Stadium.
Oh, nice.
I've got a little
Gotham City.
I've got a little miniature television. It's just a kind of a mock-up little television. It's like about fit in your hand, and it sits on my table. And all it does is play short little episodes of the Batman series.
Oh, interesting.
The little remote, and it plays as being the Batman.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember Dragnet.
Just the facts, ma'am. Of course, just the facts, ma'am. Yep, I love that.
Friday, Agent Friday.
Yeah.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Yep. Gosh. We are dating
ourselves.
We are. All right. Well,
what's his name?
The Addams Family?
No, the guy that will walk what's his name? Hitchcock.
Alfred.
And you know how he'd walk they'd have a line of him, and he'd walk into it. You know.
I remember that.
Right.
Yeah.
Tonight we're going to strange. He was strange, and then I found out he really was strange in real life.
Yeah.
Well, kind of like the guy from Twilight Zone. He was strange too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rod Sterling.
Rod Sterling. You know, he was from Binghamton, New York. He was only like an hour away from where we are.
Really?
Yep.
He was weird. Woo.
Yep. Well, I cannot believe we have been on. It is 2:59, almost 3 o'clock. Yeah.
Wow, how cool.
I know.
Well, this was
I mean, the time just went by so fast. So I am going to try to get this up today.
Yeah, this was nice. This was really nice.
Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing you guys again in 2 weeks.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Take care.
I'm hugging each of you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Love you all.